Welcome to the 4th episode of Hachi's Tours. This video will show how I take care of my parents' health all the time. I will show how this wonderful tea, purple corn, was able to offer beneficial effects to my parents with elevated blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, and uric acid. And I will show some other beneficial effects that this purple corn can offer to patients suffering from some other chronic illness that were sometimes incurable. My dear friends, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will always be updated every time I put up a new video. At para po ma-monitor ko ang health condition ng aking mga mahal sa buhay, mga nanay ko, tatay ko, tita ko, mga pamangkin ko, meron po akong pang-measure ng blood pressure. Meron din po akong oximeter na makakapag-measure ng heart rate at saka oxygen content in the blood. At saka meron din po akong detoxification machine na we do it every month to clean all the blood vessels of my loved ones. I-share ko lang po, ang mother ko po is also 77 years old at na-general check-up namin siya, general executive check-up last year. That was last July. So, after po siyang ma-discharge sa hospital, ito na po ang mga naging BP niya. So, 170, 140, 165. So, basically, kung titingnan po natin, medyo mataas po yan. Kung bibigyan nyo ng computation ng average, medyo mataas po yan. Minonitor kong mabuti sa araw-araw, halos ambulatory blood pressure monitoring and health condition na rin po. Mataas pa rin po kahit binigyan na siya ng Sanidip at telmisartan. So makikita meron pa rin feeling of burning, pit, limes, coldness, chilling of jaws, chest sensation, and everything. Yan po, nire-record ko lahat para ipapakita ko pong lahat yan sa Doctor for check-up. So, ayan po, nagsunod-sunod. Alas 2, alas 5, 2 oras lang ang pagitan. Pataas ng pataas yung BP. Sanidip, ayan po. Pati yung mga ibinigay kong gamot, isinulat ko na rin po. At minonitor kung bakit ang hirap ibaba ng blood pressure niya. Pati tubig, dinagdagan na. Ganyan pa rin po ang blood pressure niya. Ayan po. Matataas pa rin. Wala pong pagbabago. Ayan, yung Sanidip na once a day, nagiging twice a day na po. Ayan, no, sa alas 5 ng umaga, 1:23 PM ng hapon, para po ibaba talaga yung blood pressure. 162 pa din. Dapat po, ang ideal talaga is 120 ang systolic. And diastolic is 80. So, ayan po, 2 beses ko nang pinainom ng Sanidip sa isang araw, which is usually dapat once a day lang po siya. So, masyado na po siyang maraming naiinom. Ayan na po. Pati presyo, lahat-lahat na minonitor ko. So, ngayon, pagkatapos ng ilang buwan, nag-improve na rin po siya. From August 20 to September 30, hindi ko na siya po minomonitor. Ayan, may average daily inputs na siya ng blood pressure. 120/45, 6 o'clock, 11 a.m., 120/45, 6 p.m., 115/45. Alam nyo, paano ko po yan ginawa? Binigyan ko po siya ng purple corn na ibinigay naman sa akin para subukan galing kay Kuyang Arthur na aking kaibigan, kung kaya't ang blood pressure niya ay nanatiling 120/45 ang average, kaya hindi na po ako nagre-record ng daily and hourly. So, sa pagpapatuloy ng pag-inom niya, yung mga complaints niyang nervousness, shaking of the legs, transient burning sensation from abdominal left shoulder and back, which is usually common among hypertensive patient, has slowly diminished, thus improving her quality of life. So, ano po ba ang purple corn? Ito po ang itsura niya. It's a herbal tea supplement na nakabottle siya in powder preparation. So, bago inumin, titimplahan ng tubig sa loob. Kung mapapansin niyo po, what is purple corn? Purple corn, according to research, is the most powerful anti-oxidizing agent among food groups. So let's check the information at the back. So sabit po dito, the nutritional pack niya is 300 ml ang preparation nito, 3 to 6 ml per servings. Kung mapapansin din po natin, 0 ang fat, 0 ang protein, which produces purines that can also cause elevated blood pressure and blood sugar. The same thing at it can also elevate uric acid. Ganon din po, ang carbohydrate content niya is very minimal at medical level so that it can be safely given to patients with diabetes. And then the most powerful ingredient is the purple corn and the ascorbic acid. Purple corn has the most antioxidant capacity among food groups and ascorbic acid among the vitamin group. So basically, they have two antioxidant content. And it can also be safely given to patients anytime within the day, and even po natunggain niya to ng one shot na inuman, walang mangyayaring untoward interaction sa condition niya. So it can be safely be given to anyone. And I was told that this is also very good in cancer patient. So ito rin po ang binigay namin sa tatay ko nung inatake siya ng arthritis dahil hindi siya makalakad. Nung nakalakad na po siya, after 4 days of taking purple corn medication, we tried to persuade him to take a laboratory test for the very first time in his life. So napilitan na po siyang magpa-laboratory so that we can check some other metabolic parameters that might perhaps be affecting his health condition. That's why he wasn't able to walk. So, ito na po ang resulta ng laboratory result ng mahal kong tatay. So, isa-isahin po natin. Ito yan po, MedHub Multi-Specialty and Diagnostic Clinic. The age is 77 years old. Siyempre po, tatay ko siya, sex is male, and the date is February 11. So, kailan lang po ito? Ngayon po, isa-isahin natin ang mga values na nakikita natin dito. Ang total cholesterol is 4.24 yung actual results niya. Ang normal values is below 5.2 millimole per liter. So, ibig sabihin, normal siya. Meron pa po siyang 1.0 millimole. Ang triglyceride is 1.07. Ang normal values is less than 2.3 millimole per liter. Ang HDL is 1.6, yung high density lipid. Sa male, dapat po mas mataas ka sa 0.9 millimole per liter. Normal na naman po. Ang LDL, low density lipid, is 2.16. Ang range po ng normal values is between 1.7 to 4.6 millimole per liter. So 2.16 siya. So nasa gitna po siya nito, which is malayo pa rin po siya sa limit. So normal po lahat. Ngayon po, itong creatinine clearance ng kidney. Ang creatinine po kasi is the measure on how the kidney degrades all the food and chemicals that enters to a human body and prepares it for bodily consumption. Ito po ang sinasabing clearance niya is 221 ng quality ng degradation and breaking down of compound foods and chemicals that enters into his body. So 221. Ang limit po is 58 to 127 micromole per liter. So, kung titingnan natin, above siya by 94 units. So, ibig sabihin, may konting problema sa kidney. Niresearch ko po yan at sinasabi, ang valueng 221 is stage 3 CKD, chronic kidney disease. So, nakaka-alarming po siya talaga. So, we tried to send the result to my uncle who is an expert on kidney medication and operation. So, yan po. Ang sabi po niya, ang interpretation niya sa lab result, medyo parang, this is unusual. Bakit po? Kasi normal lahat po ng metabolic parameter na values, malayo pa sa limit, pero may problema ang kidney. Kasi po dapat, kung may problema ang kidney, dapat matataas ang mga values na ito sa normal limit. So, ibig sabihin, this result is something like unusual to believe. So, to settle everything, he suggested to have a second opinion on other laboratory. So, we tried to send our father after 3 days to another reliable hospital with reliable laboratories and staffs. So, for the second lab test of my father, we chose Vera Hospital. And then I advised my father to take on a strict diet, avoid some protein-rich food, and double the dose of purple corn, 2 cups, morning, lunch, and dinner. And then increase the water intake from 8 glasses to 12 glasses a day so that it can be healthy for his kidney, because it's a little bit high on creatinine clearance, so that we may see the result on how it will improve with purple corn. And this is the result of the second laboratory examination of my father for the second opinion. So we can check, this is Emmanuel Hospital. The date is February 14, the first one is February 11, so basically there is only a 3-day difference. So the same data. The first cholesterol result, the total cholesterol is 509. Ang sabi po dito is you must not go higher than 5.2 millimole per liter. So normal po siya. Triglyceride 1.43. Ang normal 0.7 to 1.7. Normal pa rin po. HDL 0.96. For male, it must be greater than 0.9. So mas mataas po ang 0.96. Normal na naman. Ang LDL is 3.48 for patient more than 50 years old. The average 2.08 to 3.12. Normal pa rin po siya kasi po he is more than 50 years old. Ito po, yung creatinine clearance dispute natin, 221 po siya yung first laboratory test. Ngayon po, 146 na lang. Bigla siyang bumaba basically by something like 85 count. So, ang normal is 44.2 to 150. So, normal na normal pa rin ang creatinine clearance niya. Ang sabi nga po ng tito ko, napakaganda ng lab result niya at nakatipid siya ng 100,000 to correct his kidney. So, tuwan-tuwa po kami and we celebrated and we prayed for that. Again, yung uric acid po na hindi siya makalakad, usually pag ito po hindi ka makalakad, ang values nito is more than 500 or 600 pa. Pero ang sa kanya bumagsak sa 394.6 na ang normal is high hanggang 428.4 micromole per liter. So, ibig sabihin, bumagsak na rin ang uric acid niya. So, all in all, ang assessment ng tito kong doktor na pinadala sa kanya ang dalawang lab result just to check his condition personally, ang sabi niya nga po ay very much normal. So, tuwan-tuwa po kami. So, there are numerous testimonies coming from different personalities that took up purple corn, from acute renal failure, prostate cancer, leukemia, hyperthyroid, dengue, and also lupus, heart problem, blood sugar, buccal, gallstone, diabetes and kidney damage, paralysis. Everything had improved, meaning that they are now enjoying a good quality of life, and those are also suitable for those who suffer from most of the symptoms, from acne, alcoholic liver disease, allergy, hyperacidity, hypertension, hyperthyroidism, down to tumor formation and warts. This is how purple corn works in our system. And I'm really very thankful that purple corn was introduced to us.